Color psychology. Colors, at a glance, seem like a very easy topic to cover. However, once you take a deeper look, it gets a lot more interesting. And I'm here to tell you how it affects you, how it affects others, and how can it be used for an advantage. First, let's talk about how it can affect you. You're a person living in America. So how is a color like, let's say, orange, going to affect you? Orange, it's pretty meaningless. However, red has a whole lot to cover. Red is probably the most interesting color to look at. Studies done show that our reaction to red is at least partially derived from monkeys. See, red is the color of blood, or the color of someone's face is filled with rage. So what does this do to us? Well, red to us represents anger, fear, and passion. People wearing red in sports do better than people in any other color, and people facing red are going to be more intimidated. A study showed that people who took a test in red performed worse than people surrounded by any other color because they were more intimidated. But it's a double-edged sword. Red also makes people more alert and on edge because of that. That's another advantage. But enough about red. What about blue? Blue is seen as a calm and relaxing color. It's actually because of that fact that the backlighting in computers are blue. Another thing to look at, have you ever noticed that all of the bank logos have a blue color somewhere in them? That's because blue is a trustworthy color, and banks want to seem as trustworthy as possible. Green and pink, they're both seen as happy colors that just make people more happy when they're around them. But and what about yellow? Yellow can be seen as an optimistic color, although it's pretty tame. You got that? Because that was a pretty good amount to cover. Now that you have it down, throw it out the window. Turns out that most of color psychology is actually based on culture. You know how red was seen as an intimidating color? Well, that's true in North America and Europe, but in most Asian countries, it's actually seen as a joyous color. That's why China's flag is red. Every other color is going to have a different effect in some country, except for blue, which is the universal color in the spectrum. So how can someone use this to their advantage? Well, in a sports situation, red is going to have the advantage. They're going to be more aggressive, and their opponent is going to be more scared of them. Blue is going to calm and relax people. Blue streetlights have been reported to reduce crime in the areas that they were put into effect. The biggest way that you can use it, though, is business. Colors can be one of the biggest factors that decide a purchase when selling. For example, a scooter business originated in Japan tried to sell black scooters in India. Black is a modern color in Japan, so they should have been fine, right? Well, as it turns out, whereas in Japan it's seen as a modern color, India thinks that black represents death. They were losing a lot of money until they changed the color of their scooters, and then it did well. In grocery stores, it's designed so you make impulse purchases and buy the stuff that they want you to buy. In these situations, color can be over half the decisions between two items. Over half. So color is an advanced topic when it comes to psychology, and its use is present in everyday life. One can use it for many things, and your opponent might not even know that you're using it against them. And you know what? I think that's pretty cool.